Hello again.
Jesus.
Welcome to the Lookout Tower on the Fortress of Dorkness. I'm producer and host Christian Villarreal.
And I'm writer and director Nuoma.
Today we are going to be looking at the Mandalorian Season 2 trailer, which debuted yesterday.
It's exciting stuff.
After all
Um,
this speculation, after all this waiting of any new great content on Disney Plus, they finally decide to grace us with another trailer for Mandalorian.
which was the last great content on Disney Plus that we had.
That's it. Clone Wars Season
Sadly.
7, come on now.
Which I haven't seen yet, which reminds me. Spoilers for Mandalorian Season 1, Clone Wars, and Rebels, and many other Star Wars things. So let's talk about the trailer. We open with that shot of his ship, and it's damaged, the hull is open, and it's crashing.
It's going down on some type of a planet down there. Very reminiscent of the Millennium Falcon being damaged throughout Empire Strikes Back, thus being a second
Yep.
season. You can see a parallel there. But that also kind of gives you an indicator that it's going to be less of an easy time for the Mandalorian this time around. Din Djarin.
Yeah, and I think that that's also that implication is also there when he's at what is it, that wrestling ring, that fight arena that he's
Hmm.
in, and the guy's like, yeah, we know, when they're talking about him taking the baby everywhere with
Hmm.
him. I don't know how far they've jumped in time, whether this is picking up right after the end of the last season or whether some time has passed, but it seems like the Star Wars universe has become aware that this Mandalorian is traveling around with this little Yabu Babu.
With what is known as the child officially, but is known as
Yeah,
Baby Yoda by the fandom.
officially. Or amongst some of us, it's Yabu Babu.
I mean, that's an official name to me, so that's fine. But anyway,
Yeah.
yes, much of the trailer has just Mando and the child running around. There is a brief shot of both Grief and Cara walking up to him.
Sorry, are they on the same planet? It looked like they were in the same place, which means that he goes back at some point. I'm going to assume that's a little later in the season.
I'm going to assume so. He basically takes off without them at the end of the season.
Yeah, yeah, he does.
So
They stay on the planet to build themselves up again, basically.
So
So,
then that makes sense. That
mhm,
also means that that shot of them walking out, if it is the same
mhm.
planet, they could be walking towards Moff Gideon rather than Mandalorian.
Gideon walking out of the desert with the dark saber,
Yeah, I mean
just slicing them
he's
up.
still down there,
He wasn't in the trailer, but we did get publicity stills with him in it.
right?
So with that amazing stash,
They know what people are looking for in this trailer. People want to see dark saber. People want to see some battle sequences.
they want to see the baby being cute. And they gave us that moment when he's about to use the little, what were they called, the
Yeah,
birds,
the whistling birds.
the whistling birds. When he's about to use the whistling birds, and the baby's like, ah, ooh.
All right, what are your expectations of the second season?
I'm expecting it, and I want it to be a little darker. I hope it doesn't fall into like second season syndrome, where they're like, oh, we have to satisfy all the things that have kind of become pop culture stuff in the second season, and it always kind of hurts the story a little bit. However, we've got a bunch of characters from the larger Star Wars universe from other shows showing up, like Rosario Dawson as Ahsoka Tano.
Which has yet to be confirmed. I'm
Yeah.
losing track of what's rumored and what's confirmed at this point.
Who else? Who else do we have coming back for from other series for this one?
Tamura Morrison was confirmed to be playing Boba Fett in season 2.
We allegedly got that little tease of him
Hmm.
at the end of that one episode in season
I
one.
know that
Uh, in,
I know that fans
you
have
know,
been hoping that he plays another character as well, that he'd be playing both Boba Fett and Rex.
there's a
Honestly, like Rex is so old already at the end of Rebels, like he'll be around with a walker in Mandalorian.
Jesus. There is a rumor that because Timothy Oliphant is playing what's his name, Cobb. He's a character from the book Aftermath
Hmm.
that came out around The Force Awakens, and that character found Boba Fett's armor on Tatooine. So there's a rumor that it might be Ahsoka in the armor. That's one of those take it with a grain of salt rumors for me. So
Hmm.
I don't think that's going to be the case.
Well, I can tell you, I mean, I've seen Rebels, you know about Rebels.
Yeah,
Once you left the Jedi
I need to
Order,
finish.
in Clone Wars, she basically started working within the shadows, like with certain
Hmm.
members of the rebellion, and she went by the name of Fulcrum for a short bit
Yeah.
before she made her presence known. There was a sequence where she was pulled out of a battle with Darth Vader, and then
Hmm.
she was put back later.
Yeah, so I mean, we'll see. Speaking of Jedi, there's a big narrative point in the opening of this trailer about him looking for sorcerers, and they mention Mandalore the Great, which I enjoy whenever they bring up the Mandalorian history. But then we do get one shot of a new character played by Sasha Banks, WWE star Sasha Banks. No confirmation on who she is, but they're talking about the Jedi, and they show her in very Luke's Jedi robes, from Return of the Jedi.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm curious if she's going to be playing a Jedi.
I think that's what they're implying, but yes, it may not. She
Yeah.
may not be a Jedi at all. Fans seem to think that she's playing Sabine Wren. Like I said, the trailer is trying to tell you that this character is a Jedi. So Jon Favreau, having worked with Kevin Feige over at Marvel, like Marvel is very good at misleading you with lines of dialogue while showing you something else. So it's entirely possible that that's not Sabine Wren at all, and she's playing a new character entirely. Speaking of Jedi,
Okay.
the ice planet that they go to in there, fans also are speculating
Mhm.
that that is the planet of Ilum. And Ilum was very prevalent in the video game Star Wars Fallen Order. If he's on a quest to learn about the Jedi and try to move the baby around, that planet will be very useful, according to the mythos. It also eventually becomes Starkiller Base.
Yeah.
There's a lot of speculation that there might be like the beginnings of the First Order, or at least somebody, like touting like we should get back together.
It's going to be the baby. He's Snoke. That's what they aren't telling you.
That's actually what
He
he's
grows up
doing
to be
inside of
Snoke.
that little pod is he's like writing notes.
He's just like goo goo gaga.
First Order, Dominic,
First
listen,
order, look cute, sell lots of merchandise, question mark, profit.
betray hero in season 4.
I think that's about it that we have to talk about the trailer. I mean, it's going to be out in a little over a month.
And there's
So,
no indicator that this is ever leaving VOD in terms of like coming out on like physical media. Our usual question is
yeah,
VOD or BOD?
I'm going to wait for VOD.
I'm going to wait for VOD as well. I do find it interesting,
Okay.
though, that we've now had 2 seasons of Mandalorian before Phase 4 of the MCU has even started.
We'll get there. I feel like we're gonna get some Black Widow stuff as of this viewing. I would say that about does it.
Can I offer you a libation to celebrate the closing of our shared narrative?
If any of our viewers have anything else to comment on, any speculations, or just want to, tell us that we're doing a terrible job. Sorry, I mean good job.
Good, terrible, potato.
Leave a comment down below or on our social media.
Please
So,
comment below if you
yeah.
have anything that you want to discuss with us, or if there's anything you would like us to cover that we haven't covered as of yet. Please let us know, and we will discuss it.
Except we're not doing that one guy with the ring. Just throwing that in there.
Yeah, we don't even mention his name.
Yeah. Well, this has been Lookout Tower on the Fortress of Dorkness.
I'm Christian Villarreal,
I'm New Omar.
and we will see you next time. Sayonara.
Sayonara.